You've reached the activism portion of today's show. Now that you're informed and angry, here's what you can do about it. Today's activism: plan a Martin Luther King Beyond Vietnam speech event for April 4th. On April 4th, 1967, at the Riverside Church in New York City, Martin Luther King delivered one of his most famous speeches. It was called Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break Silence. The speech confronted the deeply rooted racism, militarism, and materialism of the United States and describes our country as the greatest purveyor of violence in the world. In that speech, Dr. King offered a stern warning.
We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society, when machines and computers, profit motives and property rights are considered more important than people. The giant triplets of racism, extreme materialism, and militarism are incapable of being conquered.
He also questioned a war justified by the fear of an ideology such as communism, the boogeyman of the day.
Is our nation planning to build on political myth again, and then show it up upon the power of new violence?
Dr. King's challenge to engage in a radical revolution of values encountered vicious opposition then, but now, 50 years later, his speech and its call to action is more relevant than ever. That is why the National Council of Elders, founded by Dr. Vincent G. Harding, who wrote the draft of the Beyond Vietnam speech, is encouraging everyone to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the speech by hosting speech reading events in their communities on April 4th. The organization Veterans for Peace is supporting this call to action and asking its chapters to organize and host events. To reach out to a Veterans for Peace chapter near you to see if you can volunteer at their event, go to veteransforpeace.org and select Find Chapters under the Chapters tab. If you or your organization would like to organize an event of your own, select the 50th anniversary of Dr. King's Beyond Vietnam speech under the Take Action tab on veteransforpeace.org. There you will find a toolkit that includes the full text of the Beyond Vietnam speech, tips on how to organize your event, who to invite, and more. Again, we ask that you help us in our work to amplify the most effective activism. If you've come across an action or a new organization that is doing great work getting people engaged to resist the Trump agenda, please share it with us by emailing amanda@bestoftheleft.com. The segment notes include all of the links to this information as well as additional resources, and as always, this and every activism segment we produce is archived and organized under the Activism tab at bestoftheleft.com. So if fighting the multi-trillion-dollar war economy that is destroying us from without and from within is important to you, be sure to hit the share buttons to spread the word about planning a Martin Luther King Jr. Beyond Vietnam speech reading event for April 4th via social media so that others in your network can spread the word too.
And if we will only make the right choice, we will be able to transform this pending cosmic elegy into a creative psalm of peace. If we will make the right choice, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our world into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. If we will but make the right choice, we will be able to speed up the day all over America and all over the world when justice will roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.